So hello, welcome. Tony the Veteran here with another video. I was thinking about this men over 50 situation, since I am over 50, and I was thinking, just imagine when you hit your 50s and you meet women or women meet men. You know, a lot of people out here have been with a lot of other people over the years. I'm talking about as far as relations and sleeping with the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever. So by the time you're in your 50s, the person, let's say you're single for a while and then you meet somebody, how many people have that person been with? When you really sit and think about it, it's really dangerous out here as far as your health and mental health. Because I think about that sometimes. I've always been a deep thinker, and now that I'm in my 50s, I'm saying to myself, you meet somebody, like, damn man, how many people have they been with though? How many people have they really been with? They're gonna tell you, oh, in my adult life, I've only been with 3. No, you haven't. Now let's think about back in the day when we was in our 20s and 30s, and maybe for some people 40s and 50s. But just think about all the one-night stands you've had. A lot of women have had one-night stands, and they wake up, they're not high anymore, and they like, oh man, I slept with this person, and they try to forget this person, get them out of their mind, and then they move on and they restart all over again, go out to the club, you know. But just think about all the people that you've been with, and then just think, you meet somebody, and I know some people will be like, well, that don't matter, that was then, this is now. Okay, well, yeah, well, some people, that's why it's hard to maintain a relationship, because when you were younger, you were wild, you met people that were wild, you've done some wild things, you might have been in some threesomes, foursomes, group sex. Man, sometimes that stuff is hard to forget. Sometimes that stuff is so exciting that it still lingers in your head. And you're trying to be good, now you met somebody, you're trying to be good, you're trying to do right, but that nasty stuff starts creeping back in your head, and you might be with a good person that's not really wild like that. And then guess what? You start getting bored with this person, and then voila, now you trying to find somebody that's wild or has a wild side. Or better yet, the person that you with might have a friend that fits that. And then you start eyeing them. Just one of them things, food for thought. Just a food for thought type of situation, I'm thinking, you meet somebody, or your friend might meet somebody, they're in their 50s, and you're looking at they're looking at the person that they met. And if you're somebody that can read people very well, you can look at them and tell, like, yeah, this person, wow, they still might have some freakazoidism in them. They might still be like that. It's just something to think about for those of us that are in their 50s. When you meeting somebody now that you're in your 50s, are you with somebody that's really been pretty good in their dating life, or there's somebody that had a hell of a wild life when they were younger and they get bored easily even now? Just something to think about. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think.